Hey everybody, and welcome to Dicing with Death, or at least our version of Dicing with Death that happens midweek to fix what has happened earlier in the week, but my internet was bad, so here's our makeup show.
Yes, makeup session. Should
Not to be
we?
confused with makeup sex, that was happening earlier today between Ryan and
Several hundred miles away. Don't worry.
I.
So should we recap all 5 minutes of last week's session?
Let's recap all 5 minutes of last week's session. I got
Uh,
off the boat and I went to
yes.
Seabreeze.
Yes.
I think that's
So,
all that happened.
yep. Qualneer's been poking around Seabreeze. You had that awkward encounter with a robed man, the haggard, barefoot old dude with the beard and long hair, as you were pulling up onto shore.
Yeah,
There wasn't much of an encounter. He
he dove into the water.
fell over, and you walked away.
Yeah, but
He knew
was
your name, and he had some awkward prophecy about the sea
Yeah,
marking you for death or something along those lines.
right. And then he kind of dove into the water and
Swam away.
disappeared. Yeah.
Didn't
Did I actually
disappear.
see
You
him
watched
swimming?
You watched him swim away. It wasn't like he
Okay. Where did he
disappeared.
swim?
Out
Just
into the bay.
out
it
into
was
the bay?
It was dark, so you.
Who the fuck swims out into the bay? This guy is a crazy guy, or there's
Yep.
something out there which I don't know how deeply I want to get involved with. But Qualneer's decided the Mongrelman entrance is probably not going to work. It's a possibility, but probably not going to work. It's way too heavily guarded, and we're going to see what Michelle has
So
for
you had
us.
decided to go see Michelle. You tried to get into the inner city, but forgot to change into nicer clothes. You were dressed like a peasant. They
Yes, I
asked you what
was.
you were doing, and you were like, "I'm going whoring," and they were like hell you are. And that's when your internet crashed.
Yep. So I go back to Seabreeze to put on my nice clothes. I've even marked it on my character sheet already that I'm wearing nice clothes.
You have a little star next to what you're wearing.
Yeah, I got common clothes, nice clothes. Can you see? I guess it's reversed, so you can't tell.
Yeah, but how do you know which ones you're wearing right now?
There's a little mark right next to nice clothes. The second one down.
Yeah,
See that little hash? Yeah. That's how I know what I'm
changes
wearing.
his clothes and does his makeup so many times per session that you're gonna wear through that character sheet.
Then I'll just print a new one. Hashtag save the rainforest. Speaking of it, I have to make character sheets for MLG.
Are you doing just like a one shot?
Yeah, we're doing two or 3 hour sessions, Friday and Saturday.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be on one of the stages or something?
Yep. They're gonna be broadcast on
Wow.
MLG TV.
Wow, big leagues.
Big leagues. Woo!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So
let's
we've
get back to
recapped. We can jump right in.
Oh god, I totally didn't change the title of the broadcast or what game we're playing. Oh, damn it! There's always something that I fuck up. Oh god, hold on.
I am at my parents' house, so this is actually an old mic, an old setup, and I think my other mic's better, but it's also tends to pick up the random mayonnaise crafting going on in the background. So this will probably be.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Yeah, so you change into your nice clothes and walk into the inner city of Seagate.
Mm-hmm.
No trouble with the guards. You're
Cool.
looking nice. You're clean cut, handsome and charismatic. Strut in like you own the place, and it's not a big deal.
Nice.
And you head straight to the Purple Peacock. Purple Peacock.
I do.
All right. So you enter this brothel. In the front room is sort of that like a tavern with a stage. It's like early afternoon, so there's nothing going on. A few people drinking.
I look about for Michelle.
Can roll a perception check.
Ooh, I get to roll some dice. 20 plus 9. Here we go. 13.
Okay. You don't see Michelle or notice anything
Okay.
particularly unusual about this crowd.
Oh, did I write down what her other name was? Her stage name? No, I did not.
Mm. You can roll a int check if you'd like to recall.
I would love to recall. D20 plus 12. 29.
Yeah. So you remember that the bartender referred to her as Mika.
Mika. Where the frack did I write her? Okay. Okay. So I look for someone who looks like they run the place. Or are in charge
The
in some.
proprietor is around, the guy who you had talked to before.
Excellent. I go
Wiping
up to
down the bar with a rag.
I would like to approach the proprietor and ask him if Mika is about today.
He says, no, she has not been in my service for several days.
Oh, really? Do you know where she went?
He sort of pauses his cleaning and looks you in the eye.
I shell out a gold piece.
Oh, okay. He takes it. I believe she entered into the private service of the prince.
Well, that is a damn shame.
Haven't seen her in a few days.
That is a damn shame. I would have loved to get me some of that before she left, but so be it. Sorry, I had to load the printer with more paper so I could make character sheets.
So he's still giving you his attention, but he's not saying anything.
I ask him, do you know if there's any way to contact her? Or, maybe see if there's an arrangement that could be made?
Well, I do have her cell phone number. He says, afraid I can't really help you. She didn't really leave a forwarding address. Paid up and packed up. Well, I guess she didn't pay up. But
she didn't pay up?
Packed up and left.
No. Oh,
I mean, he didn't say anything about paying up.
Yeah.
She was probably competent.
She didn't happen to leave any messages here, did she?
None with me.
Is there anyone else that she might have left a message with?
Well, he sort of leans in. The other girls were sort of threatened by her. She didn't seem to get along too well with any of them. Didn't really make any friends. Aside from the patrons.
Could you bring me one of them girls? I'd like to talk to her about Mika, if that's all right.
Sure. It's going to cost you.
I mean, I just want to chat. How much does that cost me?
I don't care what you do, but you pay by the minute.
All right. I pay by the minute then.
Who do you want to see?
Whoever she had problems with.
Alrighty, I can get you 15 minutes with Ashlyn for 2 gold.
All right.
I don't know what. There's no list of prostitute prices in the player's handbook. It's a damn shame. I think there was a third-party D&D sex book.
There was.
Second edition.
Yes, there was. It had fertility rates, all sorts of things that you could roll to.
I think that was the one optional book we didn't.
Well, it was a
for.
fan-made book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely not an official TSR or Wizards of the Coast product.
So, you shell over 2 gold?
I shell over 2 gold.
Alrighty. He steps out from behind the bar and leads you sort of, down a hallway sort of behind the bar room. It's a hallway lined with doors. Takes you to the second door and opens it and gestures you in. He stays out in the hallway.
Okay. I walk in and survey the room.
Like pretty much every room in this place, it is very, very purple, covered with plushy pillows, and most of the room is taken up by a large bed. Um, Laying down inside is a young woman, brown hair,
Um,
quite slender.
I approach and
She sort
sit
of
on the bed.
sits up to the edge of the bed. I guess next
Hello.
to you now.
What is your
Why,
name,
hello
Miss
there. I'm Ashlyn. She
Ashlyn?
puts out a hand. Her face is a
I take her
little
hand and
crooked,
put it
but
down on the bed
yeah.
next to her. Ashlyn, my name is not important, and I am here to discuss Mika with you.
She sort of gets a sour look on her face.
That's the look I'm hoping for. Please feel free to be as frank and honest about her as you'd like. Tell me what you know about this woman.
She's oh, that Mika. She was a bitch. And she sort of goes off on a tirade with doesn't give you any specific information
I let her tirade
talking about it.
for a
Yeah.
minute or two, and then I say, "All right, but can you tell me about the circumstances under which she arrived and under which she left? Do you know anything
She
about her
swept
ambitions
right
here?"
in with that harp like she owns the place.
Well, she is a good harp
Takes
player.
takes coin from the purses of hardworking girls like us. Put in our time, years on our back, and she sweeps in and and she
Okay.
goes off.
I let her go for a moment and then say, "Well, okay, hold on. I'm actually here for information. I'm not here to listen to you complain. So why don't we hop to it now?"
She looks a little offended.
I'm sorry.
Scoots
You're a
away.
whore. You sleep with people for money. You can at least talk to me for money. Now let's come on.
Just a second.
Time is money here, lady. Don't waste mine.
Roll to myself. I don't have my dice with me. She
To roll to yourself /GR space.
Okay. Okay. What is your dodge AC?
Not dodge is 13.
13. Okay. So when you said you called her a whore and then you said a few more words and she slaps you. No damage, but
Okay. Good, you got that out of your system? Because I'm here to talk and I need some information, and I'm still being charged my normal rate, and I'm not getting the pleasure that I would normally get. So, let's be honest.
what, you don't want me?
No, I have bigger fish to fry.
Hmm.
I'm here for information. Under what circumstances did she leave? I hear she's in the prince's personal employment now.
Yes.
Does the prince have a wife?
No, he is unwed, much to the chagrin of his father.
Interesting. What? All right, and how many times did the prince come here before her before he employed her personally?
Several nights.
Hmm. All right.
He
Do you
was
know anything
quite
about why she took that job? Did she say anything to you? Did she tell you anything about her ambitions or her
why.
plans?
She's got to be the highest paid working girl in all the city.
I know for a fact that she does not want to be a working girl any longer. So
She tell you this?
maybe this is her golden ticket
Are
out
you
of
going to
there.
sweep her off her feet? Save her from
No.
a life on her back?
No. I'm quite happy with whatever she does with her life. I don't care. It's just she and I had an arrangement, and she is missing her. She's
An
missing.
arrangement. Listen, chump, and she sort of pats you on the shoulder. Whatever arrangement you had, the prince can give her so much more.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't count on seeing her again.
That is the problem. Now, do you know anyone in the prince's court that could perhaps get a message to her? Trust me, I can pay good money for it.
But I want to get a message to her.
I want to get a message to her. If I give you a message, can you get it to her? No, I didn't think so.
No, you say she didn't. She's just giving you a meaningful look.
I know. So
Can roll a charisma check.
No,
If you'd
I
like.
think I understand the look, and I'm gonna continue to be like, oh, you can't do it? Well, that's a shame. Um, would have been good money too. Well,
I can hold on there. I have connections in the city.
I thought you said, well, you have connections enough to get a message to someone at court?
The coin's good.
Of course it's good. How do I know you're not lying?
I guess you'll have to trust me. Crooked smile.
Well,
She quite straight. Her nose is a little bent.
Qualneer kind of stands up from the bed and goes, well, I'm not in the business of trusting whores.
And I guess you're not in the business of sending messages.
I guess not. Well, I have more reliable sources. Thank you for your time, Mika. If you happen to remember anything else,
Mika.
I'm sorry. Whatever your name is. If you happen to remember anything else about,
She reaches into her bedside table, pulls out a gold coin, and just throws it at you. Do you catch?
yeah, I do catch it.
She says, "Get out of here. Your time's up."
Cool. I walk out. Yes.
Half refund.
And on my way out, I say, if you happen to remember anything about Mika that you think might be worthy of, and come by the Sea Breeze and ask for Qualneer. I will pay well for information.
You're Qualneer? I always imagined him taller.
She mentioned me?
No. And she takes a step forward.
Oh,
Takes
you
hold
heard about
of the handle.
the Dobachu.
Among other things.
What are
She's
these?
sort of she's got her hand on the door handle, and you're sort of in the doorway.
I jingle my coin purse. What other things have you heard?
That you're a great slayer of beasts, hero of men.
No, so just the usual. Cool.
Seducer of women.
When it works in my favor. And I walk
She gives
out.
you what you think is meant to be a flirty smile, but doesn't quite hit the mark.
I'm sorry, I'm not offering up freebies here. If she wants some, she can pay for it. I leave.
Okay. She shuts the door behind you.
Okay. Prince's personal employment. Now, she might actually bounce and bail on me entirely and just go off with him because that's good money. But I thought she was pretty on board for not having to be a whore anymore. So the question is she still working with me or is she just off on her fucking own and I'm chasing after her for no reason? I think,
Sure, you've been dressing up like a mongrelman,
yeah.
getting all stinky and dirty these last few days.
All right. I think
Ignored your companion.
she walked out the next day. The day after we arrived, she was gone. She ignored me. I think I'm going to try my best to keep tabs on her in case she wants to communicate in some regard, but kind of work without her for the time being. So I need to fence some of the shit that I've got. I need to head back to what's that place called again? It's on the map. The Gilded Rat.
Gilded Rat.
I need to go back to the Gilded Rat because I've got some things that I need some money. I need money right now. I'm kind of getting
All
poor.
right, you head straight there.
Yeah.
Back into the outer city. You head down winding alleys to the docks
Mm-hmm.
and this seedy tavern right on the waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
Dimly lit, only a handful of people in this time of day.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, only a handful of people in ever, it seems.
Right.
And there's the same bartender you saw before. I think I described him as shaved head.
Right. Right.
I can't remember much else. Thick neck, scars. You can roll a perception check.
21.
Okay. You notice a familiar-looking black-robed figure sitting by himself in the corner. He has a mustache. But you were headed to the bartender, I assume.
Right. I give him a slight nod as I come in, and then keep
To
going.
the bartender or to the guy that you may or may not
The
remember?
guy with the black robes. What's his name? His name is Sturge. That's Sturge. I have it written in my notes. Sturge, black robe, shady guy with mustache. Mentioned in the note.
Got good notes.
This is why you take notes, guys. When you play D&D, you write shit down on your paper all the time. Always take notes, okay, guys? It's like school. I'm kidding. Don't take notes in school. That's a waste of
Does that
time.
make me the professor?
Yes. Professor Ryan. Single girls out there, Professor Ryan. Come on. No.
Professor of dungeoneering.
There's a lot of girls that might want to get into your dungeon.
I don't think I want anyone in my dungeon. Got locked up tight.
I didn't mean that dungeon.
All right.
Anyway.
So you approach the bartender?
I approach the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, so, I never fenced those items that I picked up when I first got to town. I know I paid you guys your cut,
Sort of
but I could
in close.
really use some more liquid money, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, sure. Non-guild rate is 50%.
50? 50?
He nods.
You guys take a big cut, and then you take an even bigger cut. Wipe that grin off your face.
There are perks to membership.
How does one become a member?
Got to pay your dues. Put some time in.
Oh, so there's...
Need to get.
You're just
get
toying
yourself
with me.
Get yourself a handler.
You're just saying there's
Through him.
perks to membership, but I can't join. Yet. Or, I mean...
And to put in an application.
I'm not a fan of paperwork.
There's no paperwork.
I lean forward a little bit more. All right. So how do I apply?
Well, first we'll need to assign you a handler. He can relay you information. Put you through a few tests.
What are the restrictions? What, am I stuck in this town if I join up?
No restrictions.
Can I leave if I want? Or is this a once in, you're in for life thing?
You can leave, but don't expect to be welcome back. After you put in your dues, pass the test, you're given all the freedom you want, as long as the guild gets its cut.
What's the cut for guild members?
On
fenced merchandise.
30%.
The guild takes 30% from members and 50 from non-members?
We don't usually fence for non-members.
Oh. Aren't I lucky?
I'm giving you an exception. So large grin. You notice a gold tooth off to the side.
Well, I slide one of the two bracelets over. I wrote down their money value over here, Ryan. I slide him the one that's worth 300 gold. It's my least expensive item on me.
How much did you said it's worth? 300?
Yep.
Okay, I should have written this shit down too. You didn't actually fail or critically fail any of your checks, so all of those numbers you have are accurate.
Yes.
DMs take note to take notes, so you don't have to give spoilers like that to your PCs.
I actually take almost no notes as a DM.
Because you can just make up whatever the hell you want at any point in time.
And if I can forget if something was important or not, it just kind of I put it something more important somewhere else and just forget about that. Ha ha ha.
Okay, so he looks it up and down.
hmm
Do you need anything up front?
Yeah, I could use some money up front. As I said, I'm starting to dwindle.
All right, I can give you 10%. He
Sure.
hands you. He reaches under and counts out a sack of gold.
All right.
Yeah, he was pretty discreet with the. So you put the
Yeah, I mean,
necklace on the
I've got
counter,
my
and he
clothes on.
quickly put his hand over it, covered it, pulled it under, looked at it under the counter, and then stuck it in some compartment that you didn't quite notice.
Okay. So he
So
gives me
he hands you 30 gold.
30 gold. Okay.
Check back in a few days,
Excellent.
or I'll let you know if you take too long. Don't count on me tracking you down to get you paid.
Well, I'll be back in a few days, believe me. If I'm not, I'm probably dead.
So yeah.
So he gave
So
me
he
30
he
out of
did
the
hand.
150. He still owes me 120 gold. I'm just keeping notes.
Yeah, you were a little impressed at how quickly. I mean, he gave you 10% or whatever
Mm-hmm.
of what you had appraised, but he seemed to appraise it in little but a glance.
Excellent. All right. I thank him. And
He walks over to the other side of the bar.
it's
He
time
doesn't look
to
like that.
it's time for me to get dressed. And I mean dressed. I want to go to the nicest. Well, I asked the bartender, where can I get some fancy threads? I mean, fancy threads. Much better than what I've got on now.
Most of the tailors in the inner city can help you out. Are you looking to get something discreetly?
Yes.
The coin's good. I can arrange for one to fit you down here.
Perfect. Can we set that up?
Sure.
Excellent.
Later tonight?
Done.
Tomorrow?
I'll be here tonight.
All right.
Sundown?
Show up. Sounds good.
Done.
I'll put in a word with the higher ups that you're interested.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know that you guys don't like to talk too much, but none of your higher ups happen to live out. I kind of nod towards the water on the island, do they?
He gives that same toothy grin.
Well, I already told you about my plans, so if someone's pissed off about it, it's your fault for not telling me.
He shrugs, says, as long as we get our cut,
Oh yeah, I'll get your cut.
plausible deniability.
Excellent. And I retreat. Let's see.
Sturge gives you a nod as you walk out the door.
9, 10. All right, I want to go find someone who can sell me some more darts because I'm down to 10.
Okay. That is. Where do you find a blacksmith?
Yeah, blacksmith it is.
So you wander around for a few minutes. You can find you spot a couple blacksmiths. None of them look like they're weaponsmiths.
Well, I ask the first blacksmith I see where the weaponsmith is.
You ask for a weaponsmith, or you ask for.
Yeah, I go up to the blacksmith and be like, "Hey, it doesn't look like you make weapons here, but I'm really looking to get my hands on a few more darts, and I'm new to town. And yeah, can you point me in the right direction?"
Yeah. Hannibal up the street. Probably
Hannibal?
your best bet. So if you follow, up the hill, he's at the base of the wall.
Thanks, man. I flip him a silver and follow the road that he pointed to the base of the wall, looking for Hannibal.
Sort of whines and leaves, and you spend a few minutes wandering around, feeling like this place is not here. And then eventually you see the smoke and find a weaponsmith, sort of like there. If you're looking at the map,
I'm not looking at the map. Let's look at the map together. Where is it? Ping it one more time for me.
there-ish.
Okay. Cool. So,
See a large, dark-skinned man, shaved head, and a large beard,
okay.
pounding away on a sword.
I hail him from the street. I mean, not from too far away, but I give a respectful distance.
Just a minute, laddie.
I wait just a minute.
Clang, clang, clang. He beats on it for a few minutes and then quenches it in some oil and pulls it out, sets it down, and walks over to you.
He goes straight from the forge to oil?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's the right process?
Um,
I would think.
I now have a master's degree in this sort of shit. I mean,
I would expect scalding, like glowing hot iron, when placed in oil, would combust.
no.
No?
No. Yeah. So you heat it up, and then you rapidly cool it to get it to the right phase that you want. So you,
Uh huh.
yeah. So you basically lock it in the like the microstructure that you want. Yeah. I mean, so I don't know that you would. So yes. It's called it's called quenching.
Well, I know, but I would figure
Like
a
rapidly
glowing
bring it
hot piece of
high
iron
temperature.
would ignite oil. No? That's-
I think you tip. I mean, you probably have to be careful with the kind of oil you use, but I think you typically use oil because it's better heat conductor than water.
Mhm.
I don't know. Maybe there's some metallurgists in our audience that know, but I think you. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you're using. I don't know. Yeah.
I thought you. Yeah. I thought water was for one temperature of material and oil was for a lower temperature material. I don't know. I'm not a blacksmith.
Nor am I.
No. So anyway, we no, I tell him that I need some darts. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 darts.
Spoon Fairy claims to be a metallurgist, and he says you can go straight in the oil. Yeah. I mean, it's not like you would use cooking oil, but yeah. Anyways, how many darts did you say you wanted?
11.
11. He says he'll have to make those custom, but
How long will you think it will take you?
how quick you want them? Couple
Next 2 or 3
day or
days.
two is yeah.
2 or 3 days.
All right. 2 days will give me enough time. Any special requests?
I pull out one of my other darts. Just make it look something like that. I can leave it with you if you'd like.
He grabs it and takes a look. Nah, it's pretty standard.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll put it back then.
Okay. So
Great.
11?
Yeah,
How much
11.
is it supposed to cost? I don't have any of my books.
Oh,
but I do
I put my
PDFs.
books away.
I think it's like gold. I've frozen.
Frozen?
Am I
have a
looking good?
Oh yeah, you just look like you don't move. It's 5 silver per dart, I think.
Per
Yeah.
dart, huh?
Everywhere I find, it's 5 silver per dart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So 5 times, so that's, yeah. He tells you 5 gold for the order. 5 gold on pickup.
I nod, and I'll come back in a few days. Excellent. Okay, things are going fairly well today. What do I want to do in the meantime? Oh, that's right. I'm going to kill time until it's get dressed hour.
Okay. Get
Yep.
dressed out. Okay.
So
Do
I'm
you
gonna.
anything you want to do in those intervening hours, or just twiddle your thumbs?
Um, I'd like to walk around the inner city, um, specifically kind of near the castle.
Mm-hmm.
Not just like pacing in front of it, but I want to like kind of walk the length of it and start eyeing the people who go in and out of the castle, specifically people who don't look like guards or soldiers, people who look like fancy nobles that might be entering the castle.
Sure.
Jail.
So there's only one. There's one gate as far as you can see. So there's
Hmm.
the outer city, the inner city, and then there is a small keep within the inner city.
Right.
It's got wide streets surrounding it
Hmm.
on all sides. So
Hmm.
there's probably a good 30 feet between it and any other building.
Okay. It's good. Good idea defensively.
Yep. And then as far as you can, what is your elf chance to spot secret doors?
Without looking, it's 1 in 3. When I'm looking, it's 1 in 2.
Oops. Whoops. I'm going to roll that again as a GM roll. Okay. So as far as you can see, that there's only one entrance, which is this large gate.
I have this sneaking suspicion I should start looking for secret doors. But that would be
Metagaming,
metagaming, and I'm
metagaming.
not going to do that.
So right, the gate is it's actually wide open. There's a halberdman, whatever, on either side.
A pole armor,
A pole armor,
a man with his pole.
pikemen. They're not pikes though. Yeah, they've got these guys are dressed in chain with little bucket helmets.
Okay.
But the portcullis is up and the gate is open.
Okay. I kind of.
So where do you wander around? Do you case the front door?
I walk by the front door, kind of looking about. Then I walk down whatever street leads directly to the door. There must be some street like heading right in.
Yeah, it seems like most of the nearby buildings are residences, like
Mhm.
or noble.
Yeah.
They're big, but they're packed close together, so they look almost. Yeah, I don't know if you'd call them manor houses because they don't quite have maybe mansions. They have very little yard. For.
Right. I just want to take a look at the way people are dressed, see what fashion is in.
Sure, they seem to wear. The men seem to wear dresses, like flowing robes,
Okay. The noblemen
tied
do.
at the waist. Yeah, embroidered with shiny fabrics. Bright colors seem to be typical.
Oh shit! I did not get forgery. I
Nope,
thought I had that.
I thought you did too. Guess not.
Wait a minute. I only have. Oh, that's right. No, I should have one more weapon, non-weapon proficiency. I only have 6. Rogues get 3. I get 3 additional for my intel, and I guess I forgot to get one when I leveled up. Slots, and I don't think it only costs
Oh
1.
yeah, it's because reading and writing is not a thief skill.
No, I counted that as 2.
Okay.
Is tumbling, tightrope walking, or appraising 2?
Nope.
Those are all 1?
You're a tightrope walker?
Yeah, I got tightrope
Where did-
walking, dude.
Where did Qualneer pick that up?
I don't know. He can't remember anything before a couple
You
months
can.
ago. No, I couldn't remember it. No, we
No,
started
you
the
don't have
campaign.
amnesia. I know. You couldn't remember the immediate past. I mean, you still have your backstory.
Oh, I was
If
under the
there is
impression
one.
that I remembered nothing before the shipwreck.
Oops. No, I just meant that you didn't remember anything about how you got onto that shore
Oh,
or being on a ship.
okay.
You still have like your childhood memories and pretty much all.
4,
Yeah,
5, 6.
you remember. I
Mountaineering
mean,
is
you remember
1.
most of your life, just not how you end up on a ship and why the fuck you're
Oh, mountaineering.
whatever you're on.
Okay,
Is mountaineering a 2 slot?
no, it's a
No.
warrior thing. So I would have had to get. I guess I stored a slot, so to speak, and then used the second one to get mountaineering out of warrior.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever. We're here now. Okay. This is unfortunate. I was.
So yeah, you've got an idea of the fashion.
I want to go find the very, very nicest inn in all of the inner city.
Do you ask around or do you wander around and try and find the nicest one?
I wander around trying to find the nicest one.
Okay. There is a nice inn, maybe 200 yards down that street that leads to the gate.
Okay, I walk in and start looking about. I want to just kind of walk through the inn a little bit, maybe buy a single drink, and then head out and go to another one,
There
and then
is
walk
yeah,
through. Huh?
there's no bar room or anything. So you walk
Okay.
in and it is there's immediately like a there's a actually an armed guard sort of
Mhm.
leaning inside. It's just a small entry room and then a clerk type herald or whatever sitting behind a counter.
All right. Well, I just kind of look at the place, look at the patrons that look at how the
You don't
guards
see any
dressed.
patrons, so it's just a small room.
Hmm.
You, the clerk, and the armed guard. He's just wearing boiled leather, but it's nice and polished. And
I walk out then.
has a short sword.
Okay. I go to the.
So okay.
I'd like to repeat this process with every inn that I can find in the inner city, and then kind of judge which one has the nicest architecture, which one has the nicest dressed clerks, etc., etc. You know, which one has the nicest dress guard, and then based on that information, pick what I deem to be the nicest inn.
Okay. Okay.
We don't actually
Sure.
have to go through this process
Yeah.
because
You find a nice inn. I don't know, somewhere there.
cool, great.
Are you going to purchase an inn room there?
Yes, I would like to go up to the clerk.
Mm-hmm.
No, 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 not yet. Nope, I back out.
Okay.
I head down to the Gilded Rat and kill the rest of the day waiting for my fitting.
All right. Okay. So you didn't actually spend any time watching people come in and out of the castle?
I would have observed people in the streets while I was looking for inns, but I would not have sat and watched.
I mean,
the
you
castle
had
gate.
you had mentioned the idea of watching the castle gates and seeing who came. And
My
then
ideas
got
changed.
sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That nut tasted like dirt. Sometimes you get that.
Okay. So do you hang out? You hang out in the bar room of the Gilded Rat?
Yeah. And at some point, is Sturge still there?
He is not there when you first show up. Are you going to just loiter in the bar
If
room?
Sturge isn't there, I'll talk to the bartender.
Okay. Yeah, same bartender still there.
I got a plan. But first, what's your name?
Marcus,
Marcus.
got a plan, huh?
I got a plan.
I think you got too many plans.
Oh, these are all part of the same plan.
You should leave the planning to the smarter folk.
I think I am the smarter folk.
Easy,
Do you
toothy
have?
grin.
Do you got a man that can draw up some papers for me?
We got a lot of men, but you're starting to push your luck,
What do you mean?
requesting all these services.
Look, I'm trying to get in.
Usually privileged.
Well, you guys have a nice tight lockdown on everything. You know, were I in my homeland, there would be independent contractors that could do this work for me, but everyone seems to be tied up with you guys, which makes you the people I have to go through to get this. Now, you've set up a system where I can't do my job unless I talk to you. Now you're complaining that I'm trying to do my job. Either let me into the Gilded Union, or whatever the fuck you guys call this thing, or stop bitching when I try and get work done, because you are getting a nice hefty cut from it. The way I see it, we should be working together here. I hear a lot of whining out of you.
You got a mouth on you.
Yes, I do. Now, do you have a man that can drop some papers or not?
I do, but
All right then.
I'm afraid I can't just put you in touch with that sort of man without approval.
Approval, God. You guys need to get some capitalism in your life. All right. Here's the deal. I need to draw up some papers of family lineage that
Look, before you get too far, I'm not. You
where's
need to learn
Sturge?
some discretion, Qualneer.
It's a Gilded Rat. Everyone here is your man.
I don't want to hear your plans.
Well, then find Sturge for me. He'll hear him.
You got a good sense for the pecking order, don't you? Yeah, you should be back this evening.
All right. Well, then, I'm just going to put my feet up here. Give me a round of that, I say, pointing to some wine. And let's get me fitted and let's talk to Sturge about these papers. We're going to see something we haven't seen in a while in this town.
Shakes his head, pours you a glass of wine. Do you sit down in the bar room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do you do anything?
I wait for Sturge or my tailor to show up.
Yeah. So it's still like mid-afternoon. A couple hours later, Sturge does walk in. A few other patrons come and go. None of them seem particularly significant to you, unless you wish to ask or inquire into what's going on.
Qualneer has low willpower and he's feeling very haughty and like he's the shit right now. So he kind of ignores everyone and actually sits with his feet up on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You are not charged for your drink.
Hoorah! It's all right. I've already paid them 150 golds a day.
Okay, so Sturge several hours later does show back up.
Sturge, my man.
Perception check. So you interrupt him as soon as he walks in the door.
I mean, unless he's in the middle of a conversation.
I mean, he walks in. He moves to okay, but you talk to him before anyone else does.
Unless literally someone is talking to him as he walks in the door.
No, he shows up by himself.
Point him out and call him over as soon as he walks in.
He walks over. Without perception, you notice that the bartender catches his attention and gives him some sort of hand gesture that you don't draw significance from.
But I speak thieves' can't.
This was beyond. You don't speak thieves can't sign language.
Damn it. Okay. So, I pull Sturge over and say, Sturge, my man, I need some papers drawn up. Can you get that done? And I mean,
we'll talk,
nice.
he says. I've got some quick business to take care of.
All right.
So nods to the bar.
Just saying, this will be profitable for the two of us. For the two of us.
He gives you a strange smile and sort of pats you on the shoulder. I think there's a lot of profit the two of us can make.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He walks away. He steps behind the bar and walks and opens a door behind the bar.
Okay.
And enters. It leads down a hallway. You just catch a brief glimpse. Dimly lit hallway. So he enters, and then like 10 seconds later, the bartender enters.
Mm-hmm.
And you actually see two of the other patrons of the bar get up and follow after them.
How many people are left in the bar?
Just one.
I look at them very carefully.
The ones that followed, or the ones?
No, the one that's left.
The one that's left is actually a woman, but she's wearing sort of loose-fitting clothes, hair tied back in a greasy ponytail.
Can I see any weapons on her?
You see a large, something halfway between a dagger and a short sword at her side, and then a knife on the other. And she has a small pack sort of sitting on the ground next to her.
Okay. I get up and I shift to the table that is closest to the door,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of put my back to the door.
Okay. The front door or
The entrance, yeah. Not I don't like if the door is this way, I don't put my back directly to it, but kind of my side so I can easily glance at the door, but I also want to be able to easily glance at the way where those 4 people went, if that makes
Okay.
sense. Like I want to
Yeah.
have both in my view,
Mm-hmm.
and I put my feet down, and I am seriously on guard right now. I actually put a hand on my dagger and kind of keep sipping my wine with my left hand while I hold the dagger under my
What do you
cloak.
think's gonna happen?
I'm not sure, but I am not liking this vibe. And I wait,
Okay.
and we're actually
The
about
woman sort of
break
makes eye contact with
time.
you and gives you a nod.
Okay, I'll give her a nod back.
Yeah.
We're almost at break
It's-
time. Do you want to break now, or do you want to see this out?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Okay, cool.
Alrighty. Well, see you guys in 5 minutes.
Yeah, see you in 5 minutes.